Welcome back, everybody, to Ikemi Gaming. Here we are doing L'Etoile Paris. That's scenario 10 for Railway Empire 2, and we're on probably our last episode of this scenario. Okay, so we need to have a train run from Bayonne to Paris and back in 50 days or less. Then we need to transport 36 wagons on a train line connecting Nice, Lyons, and Paris. We need to have an express status on a rail line between Perpignan, Clermont-Ferrand, and Paris, and we need to have a university in 4 cities, so that means 4 cities of 90,000 or more population. And then the optionals are an express status between Nice, Paris, and Brest. Now I already have that running, so I think that'll be fine. Make 19 different goods available in Paris at the same time. That looks like it needs every single good. That's, if I count it up, I think I had 19, so I need literally everything. And then connect cities of Boulogne, Bilbao, and London. We bought Spain territory, as you saw, and now we put our line to Bilbao. So now we have a train hitting all 3 cities here. That train was only doing these 2 before. We expanded into the UK, and now we have a line from Lille to Dover to London. We got our 3 Le Continents on it with all our wagons.
Passengers can now travel from one end of France to the other without interruption. I don't want to talk about a revolution. The French are a bit sensitive about that. But something like this simply wouldn't have been possible before the age of the railroad.
Okay, so we have our express line here between Nice, Paris, and Brest. I'm going to stop that for a second. Now I looked down and noticed Nantes has an industry slot open. I think we're going to go ahead and put a paper mill in here. Up here in UK, there was a bonus for this wheat. So we're going to run it into London and then run into Dover off the same train. We pushed in the UK a little bit further, so now we have a London to Oxford to Bristol express line with 3 Le Continents with all our wagons. We finalized our UK expansion. Now we're over the Plymouth to Bristol. We'll just leave this between the 2 cities, our 3 trains with our wagons. One of our tasks was to have a train from Bayonne to Paris and back in less than 50 days. It looks like this will be 37.4, so we'll put a train on that with its wagons. Another task wants us to have 36 wagons transported from Nice to Lyon to Paris. So we're going to go ahead and throw a mixed train on this express line just until it does that, and then we'll flip it over to an express train. Another task was to have an express line from Perpignan to Clermont-Ferrand to Paris. So we're going to go ahead and throw 4 trains on this time of the continent and express in our wagons. And we did a line from Marseille to Montpellier to Clermont-Ferrand. So we're going to go ahead and put our 3 trains and wagons on that. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing down the Perpignan Express, Montpellier, Marseille. And we'll go ahead and put our 3 wagons on that one too. And we have our Marseille Express to Nice. We'll put 3 trains on that. We're on a real tear with express lines here. So we went down to Burgos. That's the furthest city we can do in Spain. So we hit the Bilbao. It's just going to be straight up those 2 cities. We'll put 3 trains in our wagons. I had forgotten to upgrade all my express trains to the Le Continent, so we're going to do that now. Now we're going to go from Perpignan to Toulouse to Bordeaux, back to Toulouse, and we'll put 4 trains on that with the wagons. And we're going to finish off France. I believe this will be every city, at least on this part, on the west part. So we'll have 4 trains with all our wagons, Le Continent. We bought this salt mine. We're going to bring it over into Paris to get another good off our checklist for 19 goods. And we're just working on building this Brussels to Cologne line.
Our network is bigger than ever. More and more people use our rails every day, and it's all thanks to you.
Okay, so that's the second of or the third optional task. Cologne, Bilbao, London. And then we have our Cologne to Brussels to Lille. And we're going to put 4 trains on that with our wagons. So Reims has an open industry slot. We're going to go ahead and put furniture because that matches well with our sawmill.
The last cities mentioned in the plan have just been connected. Congratulations!
Awesome. So we did these 36 wagons. We're going to go ahead and flip that to an express train. I'm sure they were doing some good, but that's okay. We'll just flip it around. And now we're going to put our last city connected from Cologne, Luxembourg to Reims with the 4 trains and our wagons. And we have another express route lined up for Nancy to Luxembourg to Brussels, and that should complete mostly everything we need to do for express lines. Just a matter of adding more trains later.
Another important part of the route is completed. This means that large parts of the network are almost complete. Fantastic!
Nice, so we did this Perpignan to Clermont-Ferrand to Paris.
The rail companies in France are very unhappy with the law to transfer subsidized rail networks to the state after approximately 30 years. Companies like the Chemin de Fer du Nord are already going to finance everything by themselves.
Alright, so we have our train run from Bayonne to Paris in less than 50 days. So we're left with needing 5 more things for Paris and 2 more universities. I bought the clothing factory in Paris and tore it down and put a ceramic factory instead. I already own this coal. I brought it in with some trains. Now I'm bringing in my clay. Just kind of bypassing this station and Cayenne. I'm going to bring that into Paris and we should start making ceramics. Cayenne has grown enough to have an extra industry slot. We're going to put a chemical factory down. Rennes is also growing, so I'm going to put a furniture factory there. Rennes is taking a little bit too long to kick out the paper, so we're just going to bypass it and put paper straight into Paris from Nantes. Here we are coming into Paris with our last good to get up to our 19 goods at the same time.
Paris is an undisputed metropolis. Cities like Berlin, London, and Vienna can only turn green with envy.
Nice, we got that. So we have a university there. Rennes doesn't have a university though, or Rennes, I guess. Put a university there.
Our company has made an undeniable impression on the country so far. Trade is flourishing, and the failures of recent years are rapidly being compensated. The project has been completed. What a triumph! France is no longer lagging behind to other countries in terms of its rail transport. While we've been so busy here, there's been another revolution in the country. France's first president is called Napoleon III, and fortunately for us, we more than impressed him with our accomplishments. Not only are we currently very popular in France, but the president has also increased the lease of the French rail network to 99 years.
Perfect. Alright, we got chief executive, so we got our 13 main things, 3 optional things. We got a 157,000 time bonus. We ended up with 640, 675 for a score. Took us 4.7 years, a little longer than I would have wished. 285 million value. We have 79 rail lines, 254 trains, 1,130 wagons, 27,000 kilometers in track, 73 train stations, 8 city buildings, 11 factories, 21 rural businesses, 34 connected cities, and 26 rural businesses. Let's see where we rank here. Find me. So we are 360 out of 1,000. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Ike and Me Gaming.